Manuel Macator Gonzalez, hijo de Carlitos at HiddenUX, and we have a question about how do you think education will change in the future? That's a really good question. I'm already kind of seeing a lot of trends online where a lot of people are taking their specialist information online and trying to teach it at scale. And I'm even seeing a lot of universities presenting their courses, their curriculums, putting it online, and a lot of times for free as well. And in terms, when I think about the education system, I think probably the biggest thing that will change is the higher education, the university. Because we're in a situation here where in the past, the situation wasn't as urgent. I remember when I was thinking about going to university, I would hear a few stories. How people would just tell me, yeah, you just go uni to tick the box, do 3 years, have a good time. But what you end up doing has nothing to do with the degree that you just got. And I would hear that a good few times. It just felt like a trend, like that was just normal. And I would think to myself, like, isn't that a waste of time? Like, why did you spend 3 years doing something that has nothing to do what you would eventually get into? It just felt like a waste of time. Like, why would you do that? And that was, that was a good few years ago. I would just keep hearing that. But then, the situation now, I think it's a lot more urgent. Because in those days, the worst case scenario, university was free or really cheap. Like, by the time I got into university, tuition fees was just £1,000 a year, right? So the situation wasn't urgent. Like, if I was to waste 3 years, that's 3K. That's 3K. That's not a huge amount. And obviously, I'm not even talking about the maintenance loans, okay? But even just a bit before my time, it was free. So you could get away with that. You could get away with just wasting 3 years of your life, okay? In terms of, when I say waste, it's not a total waste, all right? I'm sure you would have got something out of it. You would have made good networks, right? You would have had a good time. You would have developed yourself in certain ways. But when I say waste, I just mean in the sense that you may have studied something that has nothing to do with the career that you got into next or that you would eventually get into. It just had no bearing, had no influence, okay? And in those days it was fine because you just wasted a bit of time. But now, since 2012, with tuition fees being £9,000 per year, and then if you've got a student that wants to take out the maintenance loans, we're talking about an average debt of £50,000 plus the interest. I'd say the situation is urgent. Now, you can't afford just to waste 3 years because it's not just going to be your time. You're going to be paying a big chunk of money. You're going to be in a lifetime of debt. So I think people are going to get more clued on about this now. Still, the conversation seems not that wide yet. I'm not really sensing that people are having this conversation, really questioning, like, why would I put myself through this? Not only am I going to be studying something that may not guarantee me a job, but it's definitely going to be guaranteeing me a huge debt, £50,000. That will definitely guarantee you that. £50,000 in debt if you do the tuition fees and all the maintenance loans, you're guaranteed that. Do you want that? But there's no guarantee of a job. So I think people are going to be putting the two together. I'm guaranteed a huge debt, but there's no guarantee of a job. Like, do I really want to do this degree? And I think that's really going to force things to change. Okay, because it's not sustainable. People are just going to be questioning things. People are going to be, and already there's other paths like apprenticeships and things like that. And I think still, it will still carry on for a little bit because what's happening in college, you're still, again, forced to the next step. Start second year college, okay, let's start our UCAS CAP applications. So it's still seen as the normal, the default play, the default move, that what you need to do after college and even during college is apply to the next step, apply to university, okay? And I don't feel confident that people are questioning that standard route enough. I don't feel like people are really, it's a bit like the referendum. Like everyone's voting, but they're not well informed. No one really knows if it's of benefit to stay in Europe, stay in the EU, or leave the EU? Just everyone's misinformed, there's confusion, right? No one knows what's going on, and you just rushed into it. That's exactly like the UCAS process, the university process. All right, it's just kind of like you're not quite, it might not be right, but you're just like rushed into it, right? Like college is rushing you to it. You don't want to miss out, so you go into it. Your parents are forcing you to go, so you just carry on. You just carry on. You don't question things enough, and there's no time to question. Okay, so that's why, as it is, it's still going to be around for a little bit. But I think as the years go by and the debt sours, people are going to question things, and when they start seeing the numbers drop, like, wow, we're not filling the seats here, right? We're meant to be getting X amount of students, and we're not filling the classes. Then I think that's when we're really going to be seeing big changes in how they approach higher education. And if you're going to pay, if you're going to pay £50,000 for a degree, at least guarantee me, or guarantee if I do the work, that I'll be qualified to add value at a company, so that they'll pay me, so that I could get a job and pay me a decent salary, so that I can pay off that debt pretty quickly. Like you need to be put in that position. Like I think people are going to be thinking about ROI. What's the ROI in this degree? I spent 50k in this degree. What did I get out of it? Like you put a big monetary price on it, surely I should get something out of it. I don't just want to have a 3-year experience. I need to work after this, because you haven't given me a grant, you've given me a loan with interest. I need to pay it off. So surely guarantee me that I'm going to be qualified in something, so that I can get a well-paying job. And if the higher education system doesn't do that, then we're definitely going to be seeing some changes.